Good afternoon. I'm sat here talking to Marc Bradshaw, the Director of BEA Solutions. Delighted that he's one of shaping Portsmouth's latest partners to join us. So good afternoon, Marc.
Hi, Stef.
Marc, BEA Solutions in the IT business. Tell me, how did the business get started?
Well, I actually started the business 12 years ago when I left school, because at that point I was helping people with IT. I was naturally quite into computers during my schooling, so it was a natural kind of career progression after I left school. And I quite quickly cottoned on to the fact that there's a need for small businesses to have IT support, and as opposed to home users who just need you every now and again when something breaks, with businesses there's an ongoing requirement to maintain systems and ensure things are running. So the services quite quickly turned into predominantly business focused and providing a wide range of business related IT support services and other sort of services that businesses need.
So predominantly aimed at small businesses. And what services typically do you offer in your company?
So we have traditional IT equipment supply and then ongoing support and maintenance, as many IT companies provide. But in addition to that, we also do software development and website development, telecoms and internet connectivity, and also database production and design. Very much designed to provide a one-stop shop for any kind of small business technology needs, so that the businesses can get on with running their business and we can look after their technology, providing peace of mind for a small monthly fee.
Indeed, and interesting, you mentioned there about, efficiency. I think one of your marketing slogans is business efficiency through technology. Again, expand on that. What does that actually mean to a small business?
So the concept really is, rather than just being a it's broken, can you come and fix it type company, we aim to offer a business service whereby we're helping the business become more efficient through using technology. So business efficiency through technology effectively is about looking at the business's processes and the way it's doing things on a manual basis, and that could be using lots of clunky spreadsheets or even using paper-based systems to keep records, and then advising them on how they can use technology to make those processes more efficient, which makes the business run more efficiently, which in turn means more profit. And in some situations it even can mean that staff are no longer required, so of course then you've got your staff bill going down, but hopefully in those cases we can often sort of redeploy those people and look at them actually running the systems, therefore making better use of their time rather than just them sitting there filling out forms and doing spreadsheets. So that's ultimately what our slogan means, business efficiency through technology.
Interesting. And again, we've talked now already a couple of times about IT service and IT support. From my experience, it's a highly competitive market, and I know you're focused on the business sector, but what differentiates BEA Solutions from, say, one of your competitors?
Well, one of the perceptions of our industry negatively is that IT is quite poor on customer service. If you've got your telecoms with BT and your website with someone else, then invariably you're phoning 5 or 6 different companies to get things sorted when there's a problem. And often you're then phoning and waiting on hold, speaking to call centres. So I think what differentiates us is that we try to offer very high quality customer service. If you have a problem, you've got one point of contact to speak to. We'll try and keep you posted as to what the issue is and ongoing. And we're very proactive in making sure that when there is a problem, we're taking care of it so that you don't have to worry about it. You can just get on with running your business.
I see it. And I think you mentioned earlier that effectively there's a monthly fee. So a small business would pay a fixed amount?
Yeah, it really depends on what the business requires, but our services are very much aimed at being in line with a small business's cash flow, because for a small business you can't have a sudden bill of thousands of pounds when something goes wrong. So we're very much oriented around charging ongoing monthly fees depending on what services the customer requires, so that they have a predictable outgoing expenditure and can therefore manage their business and budget for that accordingly.
And interestingly, again, small businesses, typically one of their value adds is again being sort of readily available to their customer base. Do your services go beyond the 9 to 5? Do you offer sort of out-of-hours support to businesses?
Yes, we can do, yeah. Out-of-hours can be required. I mean, technology doesn't sleep, and ever increasingly business doesn't sleep, so having out-of-hours service is important to some of our customers. If something breaks at 10 o'clock at night, then they need it fixing before they're back into business, in the office in the morning. So 24/7 support is something we can provide if it's needed.
Fantastic. So that's very much about where you come from and kind of where you are now. I mean, again, the IT world's quite rapidly changing. What are the major changes you've seen in your industry over the last couple of years?
Well, I mean, if you go back to when we started, everything was very much physical hardware and software was being installed on computers, internet connections. Although lots of businesses were starting to have them, they were relatively new. Whereas now you've got a total reliance on email and the internet. There are very few, if any, businesses these days that can succeed without having an internet presence and email access. And mobile working is increasingly becoming the thing of the last few years. It's becoming popular, so staff members working from home, remoting in, or using systems such as Office 365 to access files from anywhere in the world. And I think that's only really going to increase because people are becoming more ever expectant of technology, expecting to be able to work wherever they are, whenever they are, access their files whenever they need to, rather than having to be in the office, sat in front of a computer like they traditionally would. So that kind of ever-changing way of working is constantly evolving, and products like Office 365 just help that, because Microsoft are continually listening to feedback and releasing updates, and there's literally functionality coming out on a week-by-week basis these days with new updates and new developments based on what their customers are saying, which I think is really quite revolutionary if you compare that to, say, 5 years ago, when it was a case of this is the software and you're now stuck with it for another 2 years until we decide to release a new version. So it's exciting times and lots going on.
Indeed, and I think, I mean, I know you offer obviously the telecommunication service, you mentioned that earlier, as well as this sort of office service, Office 365. So effectively, you say one-stop shop for any small business to come for a monthly fee. They'll get a monthly menu from you and full support as well, yeah?
Exactly, yeah. They pay for the peace of mind that we'll look after their technology so that they can get on with running their business.
Okay, Mark, thank you very much indeed. Look forward to working with you over the coming months. Thank you once again for becoming a shaping partner.
Thanks very much.